Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor. Today we've got something new. It's our first used car highway fuel economy test, and what better vehicle to do it on than the TheTopher's 2006 Toyota 4Runner V8. We're going to head out on the highway, do 50 miles out, 50 miles back to get a 70 mile per hour highway cruising fuel economy average for this beefy SUV. Before we get started, let's hop out, take a quick look at it. So for those of you who follow TheTopher on YouTube, he recently picked up this 2006 Toyota 4Runner. And just yesterday, he fitted Firestone Destination XT all-terrain tires. So these things are brand new. Thank you to Bridgestone for sending them out for us to review. You can also see we've got this big old push bumper on front that came from the previous owner. And TheTopher was like, hey, might as well leave it on in case we get any spontaneous deer attacks or zombie attacks or anything else that might be attacking you from the front. You can just shove it out of the way with that thing. Other than the tires and the bumper, this thing is stock SR5 4.7 liter V8. If you want to see more on this 4Runner, check out TheTopher's channel. And you can also see our coverage with a sound test. Yep, we're doing it. And our full review of the car. So why do we do this test? Well, the EPA Highway Fuel Economy Test, which gives this 4Runner 18 miles per gallon in its stock form, that test only averages 48 miles per hour. We know there are people who take their vehicles out on long road trips on the highway and would like to know what sort of mileage they can expect in the real world. Not only that, but obviously this 4Runner has some tasteful mods and is quite old. We've got 241,000 miles on it. So it'll be interesting to see what sort of fuel economy we get. Now, a few things to note. It is chilly today. Outside temperature is 13 degrees Fahrenheit. It should warm up quite a bit throughout the test with the sun shining, but still chilly. We've also filled these tires up to their door placard 32 PSI cold. So we're going to fill up at the pump here, head out, do 100 miles, come back, fill up at the same pump using the same fueling method to get ourselves a result. Let's fill it up. 11.442 gallons going in initially. Before we actually start the car, we're going to reset our GPS. We're also going to reset the car's tripometer. We're going to set the climate control to 73 degrees auto. We are good to go. I'm actually going to turn the fan speed down until we get to the highway. It's particularly cold out and I don't want to be using up more power to run the fans until we're moving at highway speeds. Highway's about half a mile away. We'll pick up the test from there. The goal of this test is not to hypermile, but rather to get a realistic fuel economy average for this car. So we're getting up to highway speed at a reasonable pace. And we're going to set our cruise control at a GPS indicated 72 miles per hour. Obviously with these oversized tires, the car's speedometer and trip meter are going to be pretty far off from actual speeds. So it looks like 72 on the GPS is about 69 miles per hour on the car's speedometer. I'm surprised that these all-terrain tires are not louder. This car does a decent job at kind of masking all the noise together in one. Alright, we're going to carry on with the rest of the test and catch up with you at the end. In the meantime, feel free to enjoy this time lapse of the entire trip. coming to the end of the highway fuel economy test here in the 4Runner. Fine, I guess. We really have no way of knowing exactly how well we're doing. I did end up resetting the car's built-in trip computer average fuel economy. That's giving us 16.3 miles per gallon at the moment. However, I did reset it after we got on the highway because I forgot this car had one of those, and it's not going to be that accurate anyway, considering the trip odometer compared to the GPS is about 6 miles off after 100 miles. So we got 94.5 there, 101.8 on the GPS. Highway comfort's been okay. Seat is probably lacking in a little support after 15 years of use, but track's decently straight. As I said earlier, road noise really isn't too bad. A decent road tripper. We're going to take it nice and easy back to the Shell gas station, fill up at the same pump with the same 3-click fueling method, and get ourselves a result. I should say the automatic climate control did pretty darn well, keeping it a comfortable 73 degrees in here. Outside temperature did get up to 19 degrees Fahrenheit, so still pretty cold. Keep that in mind when comparing these results to something done in warm weather. Here we are, 16.4 on the car's tripometer, 102.2 on the GPS. Let's fill it up. Alright, I think that's the most we've ever taken on one of these tests, 6.176 gallons. 102.2 miles divided by 6.16 gallons, giving us 16.5 miles per gallon. So really, the car's trip computer was not far off at all. We'll be generous to the 4Runner and round that up to 17 miles per gallon. We know the 4Runner's got a 23.0 gallon fuel tank, so 23 gallons times 17 miles per gallon gives us an effective highway cruising range at 70 miles per hour of 390 miles. So, pretty neat seeing what one of these high mileage modified vehicles can do on the highway. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see more on this 4Runner, check the links in the description for our other videos, as well as the TheTopher's channel, where he's going to cover this 4Runner a bunch. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.